My most anticipated movies of 2025. They are in no particular order, and there are a lot of them. First, I have Ari Aster's follow-up to Beau is Afraid. It's called Eddington. This is a black comedy western. There's Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone, and Austin Butler. Staying pretty obvious, I have Ryan Coogler's vampire period piece Sinners. This stars Michael B. Jordan in 2 different roles. We have a new film from Yorgos Lanthimos starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. It's called Begonia, a sci-fi comedy. It's a remake of a 2003 film from South Korea, Save the Green Planet. Talking about Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17 Forever, the more the studio seems to not want to release this, the more I want to see it. There's Robert Pattinson, Naomi Ackie, Steven Yeun, Toni Collette, and Mark Ruffalo. It's science fiction. It's a black comedy. Believe the new trailer just dropped today. Go check that out if you still watch trailers. We have a new horror film coming in March called Opus. This stars Ayo Edebiri and John Malkovich. Young director, I believe, has only made shorts in Mark Anthony Green. Supposed to be a wild ride centered around cults. Can't wait for this one. We have Steven Soderbergh's Black Bag starring Cate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender. A married couple who are both spies. There's going to be betrayal, intrigue, etc. To release in March. Pierce Brosnan's also here, excited for this one. We have a Barry Levinson film, The Alto Night, starring Robert De Niro as 2 separate Italian-American crime bosses. Cosmo Jarvis is also here. If you watched Shogun last year, he was absolutely incredible. It's going to be a true story about Vito Genovese and Frank Costello. Should be very, very interesting. I don't know much about A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, but there's a lot of talent involved here. South Korean director Koganda, he also directed After Yang, which I enjoyed. Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie are attached. Supposed to be a mysterious romance, I believe. Be special, but I would love some more information. Accountant 2 is coming with the cast returning. I'm really, really excited here. The first Accountant movie I think is very, very good. Life of Chuck, a lot of people have already seen, but it's officially releasing in June. Mike Flanagan film based off a Stephen King story. Tom Hiddleston, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Karen Gillan, and Mark Hamill. Nick Offerman is the narrator. Really good things here. I like Flanagan. I like Hiddleston. Really excited. Obvious stuff coming I don't really need to say much about, like Mission Impossible, James Gunn's Superman. I think DC annihilates Marvel in terms of their characters, in terms of their storytelling. Really excited for this. Also, under the obvious category, would love to mention Wicked Part 2 as well as the new Avatar film. We have a new film from Paul Thomas Anderson we still do not know much about. Allegedly, this was very expensive to make. To be an IMAX experience, stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Chase Infinity, Regina Hall, and Sean Penn. Maggie Gyllenhaal is the bride. About the Bride of Frankenstein stars Jesse Buckley, Christian Bale, Penelope Cruz, and Peter Sarsgaard. Here are John Magaro and Jake Gyllenhaal. I think there's an opportunity here for this to be kind of bad, but it could be fun. A Jeffrey Manchester biopic coming. This is a crime drama about a man that would steal from McDonald's and he ended up hiding on a Toys R Us roof. From Derek C. in France, who made Blue Valentine, which I love, The Place Beyond the Pines, which I do not. This cast is absolutely insane with Lakeith Stanfield, Ben Mendelsohn, Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, and Peter Dinklage. Don't need to watch the original Running Man, but I am really excited about the remake from Edgar Wright. Coming in November, it stars Glenn Powell, Katie O'Brien, Daniel Ezra, Josh Brolin, Michael Cera, William H. Macy, Coleman Domingo allegedly in a smaller role. This is another Stephen King adaptation. Ramsey has 2 films coming next year. One is Die My Love starring Jennifer Lawrence, Robert Pattinson, and Lakeith Stanfield. The description is a woman living in a remote rural area is driven to the brink of insanity by marriage and motherhood. Ramsey also directed We Need to Talk About Kevin, which I think is incredible but almost impossible to watch. We have a new sports drama about ping pong from Josh Safdie. It stars Timothy Chalamet and Tyler Creator. I love both of them. Gwyneth Paltrow I find insufferable, but she's here as well. Hopefully inspired by the life of professional ping pong player Marty Reisman. He is on a wonderful roll right now. Hope that continues. A new film from Luca Guadagnino, After the Hunt, with Ayo Edebiri, Andrew Garfield, and Julia Roberts. The premise is a college professor is forced to grapple with her own secretive past after one of her colleagues is faced with a serious accusation. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross score here as well. Really looking forward to this. Aronofsky has a new movie about the criminal underworld of New York City in the 90s. One of the wildest casts you will see on this list. Austin Butler is at the top. Zoe Kravitz, Regina King, Matt Smith, Liv Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio, Bad Bunny. So shout out to Action Bronson, one of my favorite human beings alive. No idea what this will be. I don't always love Aronofsky, find him fairly annoying, but I'm curious. We have an upcoming romance drama from Christopher Borgley, who just did Dream Scenario. Our Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, Alana Haim, and Mamadou Athie. Mamadou was just in Kinds of Kindness last year. Thought he was very good there. I'm curious how this will be. Looking forward to Borgley's follow-up. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein movie. Enough said here. This is going to be incredible. Looking at the cast, it's insane. We have Jacob Elordi as the monster. We have Oscar Isaac, one of the best actors alive, as Victor Frankenstein. Mia Goth is here, sadly. So Christoph Waltz, Bern Gorman, Ralph Ineson, Charles Dance. So much talent here, there is a 0% chance this is bad. New film from Park Chan-wook I'm keeping my eye on. It's called No Other Choice. Lee Byung-hun, who you know from Squid Game or I Saw the Devil. Description is, after being unemployed for several years, a man devises a unique plan to secure a new job, eliminate his competition. New Knives Out film kind of speaks for itself. Looking at the cast, it's insane as you would expect. Daniel Craig, Josh O'Connor, Kaylee Spaney, Andrew Scott, Glenn Close, Kerry Washington, Josh Brolin, Jeremy Renner. Sadly, Mila Kunis is here. Terrible human being. but whatever. Off of Conclave, we have a new film from Edward Berger, The Ballad of a Small Player, with Colin Farrell and Tilda Swinton, two incredibly talented people. A high-stakes gambler decides to lay low in Macau after his past and debts catch up to him. Along the way, he encounters a kindred spirit who might just hold the key to his salvation. Very, very hyped for this. I don't talk about it much. I'm a huge fan of Peaky Blinders. We have the Peaky Blinders movie next year, directed by Tom Harper. Rebecca Ferguson is here, as is Barry Keoghan. Another film from Led Ramsey called Polaris. All we know is in Alaska in the 1890s, an ice photographer meets the devil. It stars Joaquin Phoenix and his wife, Rooney Mara, who is incredibly talented. We have a film from Simon Stone called The Woman in Cabin 10. It stars Keira Knightley and Guy Pearce, two wonderfully talented people. This is a psychological thriller. Our premise says a journalist covering the maiden voyage of a luxury cruise ship is convinced she has witnessed a passenger being thrown overboard, despite all guests and crew being accounted for. Finally, Mother Mary from David Lowery and A24. This is a queer love story starring Anne Hathaway and Michaela Cole. And last but not least, a movie I talked about at length recently, that is Andy Serkis's Animal Farm. You know what I missed? Let me know what you're excited for. I think this is going to be a very, very good year.